Woohoo, baby, look at that thing glow. Welcome everybody back to Just Plain Crazy. I'm Brendan. Thanks for joining me again on my channel. If you're a current subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hey, don't forget, if you like the video, make sure at the end you like it. Comment down below, ask anything you want. Hit that bell notification icon and select all so you're made aware of all the content that I put out there for you. In today's topic, just like you saw the title, I have something newer on the market, not newer in design, to introduce to you guys. I got my hands on a new style afterburner from rc-castle.com. So rc-castle.com makes afterburners. Now there's a lot of afterburners out there on the market, and there's a lot of good ones out there on the market. This is another option for some of you. I've had the opportunity to get one. I want to show you guys. I want to tell you about it. I want you to see it firsthand as I see it firsthand, give you my honest review, and I have something cool, secret-wise, to share with you. So if you're really interested in getting your hands on one of those fabulous afterburners, along with the super fabulous FMS version 2 Platinums that I preach about in all my other videos, like that one, okay, I've done upgrades to the Tomcat. There is no bigger bang for the buck with those Platinums, okay? I'm going to show you something cool towards the end. Stick around. Let's get into checking out this afterburner. So this afterburner comes from RC Castle, and this is going to be my test subject, the FMS Futura. One of the reasons I decided to go with this jet, if you guys haven't had an opportunity to fly this, there's a reason it was voted plane of the year. This thing is unlimited vertical, super cool, flies fantastic. It can handle that little bit of extra, if you will, weight. That's one of the things that's always concerned me with an afterburner. It's more stuff in the tunnel, and it's more stuff to disrupt airflow. It is more weight, which some EDFs don't handle well. This one looked like a really cool, different design. Again, there's a lot out there, and if you're faithful to people, brands, whatever, nothing wrong with that. Completely okay. Just want to give you guys a different option. I selected this one, and I ordered the afterburner. So we are going to open this up just as it is, and you guys can see it. The Futura is an absolute knife edge, unlimited vertical beast. Guess where else you guys can pick up a Futura? You can pick it up at RC Castle. Anyway, so we have another package here. So these afterburners, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, will run about mid $30 without shipping cost. And again, towards the end, I'm going to tell you guys about a special cool thing going here, and I'm going to try and help you with that. So stick around as we go through this, see the results, see the quality, everything. So very well packaged. Definitely not going to worry about damage here, as you can see how many layers we are through. And there it is. Now this light burner, you can literally select from RC Castle to fit any free-wing motor that they have. They have them specially already set up for the Viper model, for the FMS Platinums, for the free-wing in-runners. You can easily just find the picture you want, select it, and you're good to go. You just want the burner and no lighting control module, you can select that too, and it's even cheaper. I ordered everything together. This is what drew me to this afterburner. This very nice looking, lightweight, clean aluminum housing, all right, 4 LEDs on there. This thing, here's the benefit of this, guys, right? Your motors, they transfer energy. They're going to have to take that voltage and do something with it, and part of it is creating heat as well as motion. Guys, you got yourself a nice little aluminum heat sink. This can actually help draw some of that heat away from your motors. Super lightweight, super clean looking. Solder joints look well done. So one of the things that I want to do with this, here's the lighting control module. Let's unwrap this. It looks like you have a very nice length of wire there coming off the light burner assembly, the afterburner assembly, into the lighting control module. Nice silicone wires. Look at that. Some nice shrink tubing over the connections there. Looks like maybe a resistor board in there, maybe to dumb down the voltage. And then they have a JST connector on there where you're ultimately going to plug in. So we have one for throttle, and we have one for battery power. What do we have here in this package? Check this out. Look at all the different adapters. So if you're going to run off of different battery packs, you have them. So looks like 3S, 4S, and 6S adapters all come within this package. Again, everything in here was like $30 couple dollars, guys. So nice adapter connectors for you. And we also have a nice Y harness included. So you can actually Y that in right in your receiver. All that stuff is there. And it looks like we also have grub screws that will go in through here and hold itself into the motor. So those, if you can see them, are actually tapped, and you could thread that in. So that thing looks like already it's going to call for a little Loctite in there. And then we have a picture of it sitting. Again, I went with the FMS 80mm in runners. And here's what that bad boy looks like. So we're going to yank this Futura apart, but ultimately this baby's fresh. Fresh. Let's get this foamy stuff out of there. Get rid of this box. So here is my motor assembly. All right, my FMS Platinum version 2. These things are such a beast. Oh my God. But anyway, so let's look at this afterburner assembly. This thing will slide right over the back side here. And then all you're going to do is use those grub screws and tighten this thing down to snug it up. How nice and clean does that look? So we can go ahead and we're going to pull apart the Futura, and we're going to mount that thing up, and I'll do the time lapse on how we rip everything apart. But one thing I'm curious about, God, these are good motors. They are so hard to find. So hard to find. Nonetheless, get. So let's go ahead and we are going to go into grams. We'll tear it just so we know that that's a true 0. All right. And now let's just weigh all of this just as it is, and we can talk about weight. We will add everything into that. So there, let's say we're going to throw that on and then throw in the Y harness. So you are at, with everything in there, trying to get the reflection out, 57 grams of weight. The Futura is a perfect plane for this, simply because this thing has unlimited power to begin with. But 57 grams, guys, you want to know what 57 grams is? 57 grams on an EDF is roughly about 4 coats of Minwax clear coating on the outside. So that's not much. And that FMS Platinum in here is going to tote this thing around without any issues. One of the other things we'll look to do is I think I'm going to take the opportunity to use my silver aluminum tape. which I've done in other videos. I've used that stuff for leading edges on planes. I showed you guys how to roll and cut that with the right tooling. Again, if you don't remember what that is or you haven't seen my other videos, why don't you comment down below and I'll tell you. I wanted to actually stick in that FMS motor and that light burner in the old Bayhawk, but the Bayhawk is coming along. We're putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. But light burner from rc-castle.com. Let's get into the time lapse. Stick around. Big news on getting a hold of FMS Platinums and the deal here. I'm going to share that secret. Stick with me. So getting this out was pretty straightforward. Gaining access. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to take this grub screw. I use red Loctite for really important things. I would call this really important. We're just going to put a little bit on there. And we'll start that into place. They thread in very easy, no issues. Get the next one set up here. Pan you guys down so you can see. Get number 2. Little bit of red on the threads. Something to remember about Loctite is Loctite eats plastic, foam, rubber, so you don't want to spill it on anything, and you don't need a ton. And that's what I like about this stick of Loctite. I can kind of control a little bit better than liquid what I want on there. And we will get number 4. Now, motors need to breathe. You need to get some airflow out of them. So we're not going to jam this thing all the way flush. Get a little bit of that on there here. We have a fly-in, our club fly-in coming up next weekend, last weekend in June. If any of you guys are around the Pennsylvania area, hit me up if you're interested. I hope to have this thing ready by then. So this thing goes there, and I'm going to try and place my wires down the same way. So we're going to take this thing and simply slide it over the back of the motor. Nice fit like so. And again, I don't want this sitting on my wires. So I'm going to give the motor wire a little bit of space and a little bit of room for that motor to breathe around it. And I'm just going to start to snug these up. So this isn't, they're not going to get tight like a bolt. It's not like you're tightening a bolt into a hole. You're tightening them for compression. So that thing's on there. Get these wires out of the way. I mean, I'm pulling on that pretty hard, and that's not going anywhere. So I like that. I like that. So I think what my goal is now is we are going to try and shoot these wires up that tunnel of the Futura in the same manner that the other ones were, for a nice clean install. And We'll disconnect it here so all the control module stuff can go in up at the receiver, and we're going to fish that through. But I like the way, look at that thing, look at the way that looks on here. Again, this is an RC Castle afterburner assembly, aluminum, doesn't weigh much. I like the install here so far. I like the way it looks and feels. Let's get back into that time lapse. So the tunnel lining with the aluminum tape, it is not, it's ducting tape, but it is not like duct tape like we think of. But that's all done. You can see what that looks like on the inside, how that will help radiate light. I found this thing. This is like out of one of those garden spinny things. I saved this, but this works great. I love using this up in the inside. Big carbon rod, and I use that to smooth around in there. But look how cool that looks. Now, why did I leave it run long like this? Because you actually want anything that you're going to put in there to tuck under the motor. You don't want it behind the motor where the airflow is going to be hitting it and peeling it up. So everything's going to tuck under this edge of the motor. So I have the wires started through there. Let's get this motor put back in and get the rest of the wire fished through. Now that I have all the wiring done, one of the things that I did was the leads coming up, the power leads from the afterburner, I cut those, shortened them, soldered them, just put some tape over them to keep that section together. And then the rest of the harness here, the length of the Y harness and everything else on this plane, there's plenty of room, so I'm just going to tuck that back in. This resistor that's here now, I'm going to lay alongside. And one of the neat things about this hookup for this battery is I have a plug-in because I run telemetry. So I have one for battery temperature. Believe it or not, you can actually make that ambient temperature if you wanted to by leaving it away from the battery. But I also have this voltage hookup for the balance leads. This lead that comes with this afterburner is pretty cool because I can actually piggyback right into the back side of this thing right there. I think I'm just going to secure that with a piece of tape, and then I'll position this right here alongside the inside of the fuselage where I had the other one, and then we'll get the battery in here and we'll get this thing programmed and see what it looks like. So the next step in the process is going to be to program the center burner. Directions say if the indicator red light is flashing or light on when the throttle stick is not at the top position, please reset following. So apparently you check it out first, and if it's not right, then we'll go through there. If it is flashing or the light is on when it is not at the top position, so anytime at the bottom. So what we will do is we'll check it. I already have the radio turned on and set. And I just undid the wiring temporarily so you could see on the controller, this is, I had it bundled up and pushed back there, but there is a little LED light there. I already have this portion hooked up. So we're going to go ahead and power up our battery. And again, if the indicator red light is flashing or the light is on when the stick is not at the top position. So right now, everything seems to be good. It's off, and just kind of give it a run up here. And I could already see it lights up in the back side. So I think everything will be there. And again, we'll put the tape back on here and I'll make the wiring pretty. But why don't we go around the back and actually see what this thing looks like. Hopefully we can see a little bit up in there, and I'll apologize for the noise already. But there's the light burner assembly just sitting on the back of that motor. That thing looks pretty clean, and we'll start to give it a little bit of a throttle. You could see that nice shine too from the tunnel work that I did. So we're going to come up a little bit. And you get a really nice flicker effect from it. It is not just on or off. And then we'll go up to full. Again, I'll apologize for the wind noise. So cool. Little flicker effect there as you start to go up through the power range. So I think we're done here. Let's get this thing out to the field and see how it looks.
You landing?
Yep.
Landing plan.
All right, everybody. I promised you some cool information. If you stuck around, I appreciate your patience. I hope you loved the video on the Afterburner. Again, there's various ones out in the market. This is just another cool one that's out there in addition to the others to give you some choices. Again, for me, the price is right. It came very quickly to me. It's a really nice quality product, but here's the cool information. So the FMS Platinum V2 2100 kV 80 millimeter fans are almost impossible to find. You can't get them through Horizon. You can't get them right now through FMS Model. The last time I ordered something through them literally took 3 months. I get it. Patience is a virtue. That sometimes I'm just not really good at that. RC/Castle. All right, rc-castle.com. Again, rc-castle.com has this stuff in a combo. You can get the 80 millimeter platinum fans with the Afterburner, the light kit, and the Predator 100 amp speed control for a premier price, and the shipping is free. Absolutely to me in 5 days. Ordered it, 5 days later, here it is. So let me show you. You buy it as a package. Now you can get the light burner kits again separately. You can get just the light burner, the Afterburner here. You can get this kit that you can get all by itself. But this, the FMS Platinums, all right, comes with got an adapter that fell out there. You have the 100 amp speed control that they put in there. And there they are. So for my Tomcats, I wanted to make sure that I had a backup motor in case I should ever need it. Then I thought about putting this in my Bayhawk right before tragedy struck. But again, we know I'm not a fan of those adapters, so we know where that thing's going to go. But the light burner kit, guys, you just saw it. Light burner kit is primo. These FMS Platinums, I hate to say it, stock up on them. You can buy 80 millimeter ARFs all day long for the money, for the value, for the power, for the efficiency. That 2100, guys, is the way to go. Again, check out my other Tomcat videos, the Futura videos. It makes an incredible difference in the performance of the plane. And as soon as the Bayhawk's getting ready to go, that donor power plant is going right in it, and we're pulling the other one out. And that plane didn't owe me anything to begin with for power. I'm going to upgrade it. Get over to rc-castle.com right now. Grab yourself a set of FMS Platinums with the Afterburner kit for it. Free shipping right now. God only knows how long that stuff will last. I found it. I wanted to share it with you guys. Again, if you have a free wing, they have kits for that. You want the Viper, they got kits for that. Whatever it is that you're looking for, they have quite the selection. Check in the description below for a couple quick links to the 80mm Platinums. You can root around on the page for the other ones. So again, guys, hey, if you like it, subscribe down below, comment. We're hitting that 600 number. We've been doing videos since the beginning of the year. I owe that to you guys. Thanks very much. Share the stuff. Make sure you get the word out there to everybody. Go get yourself a set of Platinums. And again, hey, make sure you hit that bell notification icon and select all, so that way you get all of my video content. Hey, let's get out there. Let's get back to the field. Safe flying. Peace out.